Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the game Catan. Even if it's from the mid-90s, it's still considered a modern game. And because it's a modern game, many people don't know how this is played, even though it's a bestseller. So I'm happy to help and explain Catan to you. Here's how it works. You are going to play until one player has 10 points. Then the game is immediately over and that player is the winner. It's very easy to explain points to you, so I'll do that right now. This is 1 point. This is a village and it's worth 1 point. This bigger one is 2 points. This is a city and you have 2 points for every city that you have on the board. And you can also get these cards. This counts as 1 point. A village is 1 point, a city is 2 points, and these cards are worth 1 point. As soon as one player has 10 points in total, that player is the winner and the game is over. Alright, time to explain how you get those points. How do you play the game? Let's start with what you do when it's your turn. When it's your turn, you take these 2 dice and roll them. I'll do that now. I rolled this. You can see what number this is. Then you look at the board here. Find this number on the board. Here it is. I rolled this number with the dice, and you can find that number here on the board. Next, do you have one of your little buildings next to that number? Remember, this is a village and this is a city. You will always have at least 2 villages on the board. Let's pretend my village was here all along. I rolled this is the number, and my village is here, right next to the number. That means I get to take a card, a resource. This is what the board looks like, so I take this card. You can see this is a forest, so that will give you a wood card. This will give you brick. This field will give you grain. The grass is where the sheep are, that's for wool. And this mountain gives you ore. So these are the 5 resources in this game: wood, brick, grain, wool, and ore. Anyway, I rolled this. My village is here right next to it, so I can take 1. If I had a city here, the bigger one, then I can take even 2 cards. A village gives you 1, a city gives you 2. So is that the end of it? No, I'm not the only one who gets to take cards. When you roll the dice, every single player who has a village or city next to that number also gets a card. So again, whenever the dice are rolled, whether that's by you or another player, you always get to take cards if the number that was rolled matches the number where you have one of your little buildings. You can see my village here is right in between 3 numbers, so that gives me more chance of getting cards. I get a card when someone rolls this, or this, or this. But that was that. When it's your turn, roll the dice, and depending on the outcome, everyone at the table gets to take cards from here. Now the next part, because now you get to do your thing. If you want, you can now spend resources. So you get them by rolling the dice, but you also get to spend them. You can keep this little board with you for the whole game. That shows you exactly what you can pay and what you get for that. Let's have a look. You can pay 1 wood and 1 brick, and then you can place 1 road on the board. You can pay wood, a brick, 1 grain and 1 wool to build a village on the board. And remember, that gives you 1 extra point. If you have it, you can also pay 2 grain and 3 ore to build a city. A city is worth 2 points, and when someone rolls a number where you have a city, that gives you 2 cards instead of 1. But let me tell you one detail about this. When you build a city, you don't just place it on the board. You place it where one of your villages already is. So you remove the village and place your city in that spot. And the last one. You can pay 1 wool plus 1 grain and 1 ore to take a bonus card. You don't know what the bonus will be because the bonus cards, here, these ones, are always kept face down. But I promise you that they will always be good. There aren't any cards that don't help you. Let me repeat that. You get resources when the dice are rolled and you happen to have a village or a city next to it. Then you take the card that shows the same resource as the landscape where your village is. You can't just take anything you like. Anyway, that's how you get resources. And when it's your turn, you can spend as many as you like to get 1 or more things. You can get a road, or a village, or a city on the board by paying this, or get a bonus card for this. Don't forget, you can build as much as you want. If you have the resources, you can keep going. And that's already it. This is how you play Catan. Roll the dice, everyone has a chance to take resources, and when it's your turn, you use those resources to build things and get more and more points. As you go along, it will even get easier. As you already know, when you have a city, you get to take 2 cards instead of 1. And of course, if you get more villages on the board, that means you have a higher chance of the dice showing a number that you have a village next to. So, more resources start coming in. Now, I've got some details for you. First, roads. You remember that you can build roads, but why would you? There are 2 reasons. You must always have at least 2 roads between villages. You can't just build a village wherever you want. There have to be at least 2 roads in between. The other reason to build roads is to get a long route on the board. As soon as one player has 5 connected roads, that player can take this board, here, longest route. And that gives you 2 extra points. Another player has to have a route of 6 if she or he wants to steal this away from you. Next detail. How many of these cards can you have? Well, as many as you want. There is no limit, but there is a risk. As you know, every player starts their turn by rolling dice. If someone rolls the number 7, you might get robbed. If you have more than 7 cards, when someone rolls a 7, you have to discard half of your cards. You can choose which ones, but you lose half of all the cards you have. Rounded up even. And then, whoever rolled the dice takes these guys, the robbers or the highwaymen, and place them on one of the numbers. Next time that number is rolled, you aren't getting any new cards. So, Player 2 rolled a 7. Places it here on top of the number near my village. And if it all wasn't bad enough, player 2 then gets to take one of my cards. At least she doesn't know which one, because it's random. So, you can have as many cards as you like, but when someone rolls a 7, that isn't good if you have more than 7 cards. By the way, there is a way to get rid of these robbers on your number. You need bonus cards for that. But you'll find that out when you play the game and buy some cards. Another detail about the cards. When it's your turn, you can ask the other players if they want to trade. Just ask, I need wool. Does anyone have any wool for me? If any of the players have wool that they're willing to give you, they'll let you know what they want in return. Maybe a player says that you can have 1 wool if you give 2 grain in return. It's a fully open market. It's up to the players. I can explain even more about cards. What if you really need wool but no one can help you get it? Well, then you can trade with the bank. You can pay 4 cards of the same type to get 1 card of the resource that you want. For example, I put 4 grain in the bank, and then I can take 1 wool. That's quite a lot, but if you have more than 7 cards, this is a good way to get rid of them before someone rolls a 7. Still, you can make it easier for yourself. If you look at the outside of the board here, you can see there are icons. Those are places where trading with the bank gets cheaper. Look it up in the rulebook, it's very easy to understand. Then I can get to the next detail, buying bonus cards. In most cases, cards will tell you exactly what they do. I don't need to explain it, the card speaks for itself. But you could get one of these. This is a point. And if you get this, make sure you keep it face down on the table. You always keep bonus cards that you haven't used yet face down. Only you can know what's on them. So if you get a point, just keep it like this until you find out that you have 10 points and then you reveal it. We're done. This is how you play Catan. I understand why this was a breath of fresh air when it first came out. It's very nice that all the players are in the game until the very end. No one loses first and then has to wait for everyone else to finish. Plus, it's a simple game. Everyone can play it. Now you can too. I hope you feel you understand it and that you'll enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video and see you for the next one.